What's up, family? Welcome back to another video with your girl Kia. I am so glad that you were able to tune in. If this is your first time tuning in, number one, thank you so much for tuning in. Number two, welcome to Encouragement and Empowerment with your girl Kia. Look, today we're gonna talk about getting up, child, because some of us, we've been down long enough and it's time for us to what? Get up. And the story that I'm going to talk about today is the woman with the issue of blood. We're going to break it all the way down. I know this story is very typical. A lot of people teach, preach, shout about it, but I want to talk about it on today because I believe somebody out there needs this word. Same for me, y'all. I feel like I'm down. I feel like I need to get up. Feel like I need to brush it off. I feel like I need to touch the hem of God's garment. I do. I feel like it. And I just want to go ahead and read over this scripture so that we can get started. Here we go. St. Luke chapter 8, verse 40. It says, "Now when Jesus returned, a crowd welcomed him, for they were all expecting him. Then a man named Jairus, a synagogue leader, came and fell at Jesus' feet, pleading with him to come to his house, because his only daughter, a girl about 12, was dying. As Jesus was on his way, the crowds almost crushed him. And a woman was there who had been subject to bleeding for 12 years. But no one could heal her. No physicians, nobody. You could call them out, not even me. She came up behind him and touched the edge of his cloak, and immediately her bleeding stopped." Let's stop right there. We're going to go to a woman, that's verse 43. A woman who was there who was subject to bleeding for 12 years. My question is for y'all, how many of y'all are bleeding out right now? And I don't want us to think about the disease she had, but I want us to think about the disease that we have spiritually. I want us to think about the stuff that we're going through naturally that we're bleeding out of. Are we bleeding out low self-esteem? Are we bleeding out doubt, worry? What are we bleeding out? What are we bleeding out of? Some people, they bleeding out from their past. Some people are bleeding out from their bills. Some people are bleeding out from, like I said, worry. Your husband, your wife, your child, your children. You know, what are we bleeding out of for 12 long years? Some of us been bleeding out longer than that. And all God is waiting on is for you to fall on your knees and touch the hem of his garment. Do you understand the power? Listen to me, y'all. I ain't going to get hooping hot. I ain't going to do that today. I just want us to understand, because I can really scream right now when we understand the power that we have just by touching the hem of his garment. Do we understand that once we touch him, once we get more of him, once we seek him more and more, that's how that blood, that bleeding out that we're doing, it'll dry up. So if you bleeding out with worry, honey, get them back on your knees. I'm telling you, it's the importance. Get back on your knees, child, and touch his garment. And you'll start seeing that worry start drying up. You'll start seeing that doubt start drying up. That trauma that you went through will start drying up. What are we bleeding out? What's bleeding out of us right now that we need God to dry up? Let's go to verse 45. And Jesus said, "Who touched me?" When they all denied, Peter said, "Master, the people are all crowding around you." It's just so slick. All these people crowding around you and they pressing against you. How could you know who touched you? But Jesus said, "No, I know someone touched me. I know that power has gone out of me." Then the woman, seeing that she could not go unnoticed, came trembling and fell at his feet. In the presence of all the people, she told why she touched him and how she had been instantly ill. Then he said, "Daughter, your faith has healed you. Go in peace." Y'all, this is getting to me. Just because of her faith, and let's go back, because we got to tie these scriptures in. They said all you need, your faith just has to be a size of a mustard seed. You can't even see that. I ain't got it in my hand, but that's how small it is. A mustard seed is that small. That's all the faith I need to remove my worry, to remove my doubt. Just imagine if our let me find something. Just imagine if our faith was like this, filled up like this. I'm gonna put that right there. Just imagine if our faith was that much. Just imagine if our faith was this much. Just imagine if our faith was this much. See, because I want us to recognize, if you got this much faith, there shouldn't be no worry, no doubt, nothing that comes in. So that's what I want us to realize. What are we bleeding out of? What do we need God to dry up? We need God to dry some stuff up out of us, y'all. I am number one, because I'm telling y'all, every time I speak something, it's for me. I feel like I'm bleeding out and I need God to dry it up. I don't need no patches. I don't need it to be stitched up. I need it to be dried, removed, gone. I don't need nothing. I don't need nothing to come back. Because that's the thing. We sit here and we try to stitch stuff up and say, okay, well, let me just patch this up for a little bit. And then, whatever, it'll come back later on. No. Why would you want to stitch it up when we want it removed permanently? We don't want this pain. I don't want to be in pain no more. I don't want to have to worry no more. I don't want to have to fret. I don't want to have to fear. What God has for me is for me. What God has for you is for you. We no longer have to bleed out. We no longer have to worry about anything. Because of our faith. Daughter, son, because of your faith. You are healed because you took the time out to sacrifice your time, to fall on your knees and say, God, I give you everything. God, I cast my cares on you. God, I won't worry. God, I won't doubt. God, I will trust you. That's just enough for God to say, daughter, get up. You have been healed. Go about your business. And that's the thing. I want us to understand that we no longer have to suffer. Stop stitching up your pain. Stop stitching it up. Because number one, you're going to leave a scar. We don't want no scars. When we ask God for a new heart, God give us a completely new heart, a clean heart, a new spirit. I don't want no patched up heart. And then next thing you know, somebody can stab at it again. And then next thing you know is, no, God, I want you to clean me from the inside out. God, I no longer want to have this bleeding that's coming out. I don't want no internal bleeding. God, dry it up. Same, diabetes, cancer, leukemia, HIV, whatever it is, you pray for that thing. God will dry it up. God won't patch it up, but he'll dry it up. It'll be gone forever. No more pain. The only way it'll come back is if you allow it. But because we got this much faith, I said a mustard seed. Because we have this much faith, no more bleeding. Sister, brother, homie, child, girl, no more bleeding. However you want to think about it spiritually, naturally, no more bleeding. See, what we got to understand, we are in a new year. We in 2021. And then I ain't got time for no New Year's resolutions. I ain't doing that. Because I believe that God, I want this to be a consistent thing. See, because I can have a New Year's resolution, and then by next week, I'm bleeding out again. That New Year's resolution, I just stitched it up. That was it. Because of my New Year's resolution, I just stitched up my pain. I'm going to get over this. Or I think I forgave him. Or I think I stopped worrying. Or I think I stopped fearing. Or I think I just think. Keep thinking. And God says, no, baby, I want to heal you completely. All you got to do is touch me. All you have to do is just reach out. All you have to do is just step out. All you got to do is just move forward. All you got to do is just keep going. All you got to do is just keep pressing. All you got to do is just keep walking. See, I'm just going to we got to keep going. Because this is what I believe. The devil is mad. He mad. He mad. And let me tell you why he mad. Because some people who never knew about God is coming to God. Number two, some people who've been doubting and who've been worrying and been putting their trust in the devil, they no longer doing it. He mad. Some people, we've been praising him like crazy. We've been calling on Jesus. We've been calling his name. He mad. I told one of my peeps the other day, I said the devil is a hater. He mad. He know he can't win. Not with me, he can't win. He can't win because my God is fighting for me. But he a true hater. And I believe that once we come to the realization that all we have to do is just reach out, all we got to do is just trust him. How do you know how do you know you truly believe God? How do you know that you truly trust him? When you no longer talk about it. When you no longer can get upset about it. Thank you, Jesus. This 2021, today, whenever you watch this video, whenever you look at this video, the bleeding stops. Find your secret place. Find your secret closet. Cry out to him. Give him, everything. The dirtiest thing. Don't nobody know about. Give it to him. Because I believe that God is going to dry up everything. He gonna dry up your tears. He gonna dry up the blood. That bleeding that we have internally, spiritually, no more. See, because once God dry up that blood, it'll make room for our promise. It'll make room for the blessing. It'll make room for the birth. But see, when we got all that within us, all that within our just clogged up, because that's what it is. The blood is clogged up and it needs to be dried up. It needs to be removed instead of stitched up. My God, he will be able to put your blessing in there. He'll be able to allow you to birth your promise. We looking to birth new things. We not looking to birth dirty things. Give it to God. Let him have it all. He handles it so much better than we can. Give it to God. No more bleeding this year, y'all. 2021 is going to be better than 2020. No more bleeding. No more bleeding of fear. No more bleeding of doubt. Whatever you have, put your mind to it. You go for it and you do it. God got you. He got your back. Y'all just trust him. I love all y'all. Y'all have a blessed week. Talk to y'all soon.